them are shooting, my people are dying. And look at them are robbing, my people are sighing. Tell me where you gonna go? Where did my son go? Tell me where you gonna hide? Where did my son go? I said where you gonna run? Where did I come down? I said where you gonna do? Where you gonna have me through? We got enough nothing, nothing happy for you. We need something. Will you leave us alone? Freedom is our goal. Freedom is our goal. We evaluate their policies and their programs and how this has helped in today's problems. Their policies have helped in the project of Islamization, and we as a people, after evaluation, we will give the marks if these policies were geared towards what is happening today or not. In the first slide, you will see from the circles where the head of state from the time of Gowon to Murtala Mohammed to Obasanjo to Buhari to Babangida to Abacha to Abdul Salami, back to Obasanjo again, back to Buhari, then this will ensure that the programs are properly carried out. This is a settlement of the former heads of state. They encircle themselves, they round themselves up in order to execute the project that is causing a lot of problems in the country today. In the slide, you will find out that it is stated military heads of state, their policies occupied Eastern Nigerian first for oil mineral resources between 1970 to 1999, and again the Islamization agenda from 1999 to 2023, with Buhari regime as the last chance to implement it. These activities, these leadership are evaluated and summed up with the one single project: Nigeria today's problem. Nigeria today's problem. So if you look at the map itself, what constituted this Eastern region, where are the areas of marginalization, the areas of protectorate, the areas of Eastern region, then back to the people who are also being occupied today. From the beginning of this very red encircled area, you see Benin, you see Warri, you see Ishekri, you see Nembe, you see Kalabari, you see Okrika, you see Igbo, you see Calabar, you see Ibibio, you see Opobo, you see Boni. These are the areas also that constituted the first oil protectorate, that constituted the Niger Coast Protectorate. All these were named by Britain. And coming back again, they were the people who constituted the first Eastern region. In the second slide, we see the historical records and the effects of these policies that culminated to the present-day expansionist explosions. First, we look at the work of the legacy of General Yakubu Gowon, the historical records and the effects of these policies that culminated to the present-day expansionist explosions. First, we look at the work of the legacy of General Yakubu Gowon between 1966 to 1975. His legacy lives within the disintegration of Eastern regional governments and the creation of states to destabilize and separate ethnic nationalities, especially the Igbos, for easy access to Islamization and the other Eastern states. 2. He paid a lip service to Nigerian Islamic delegates led by Grand Kadi Abubakar Gumi, sent by Sultan of Sokoto on behalf of Nigeria to Rabat in 1969. In his legacy also, we continued with the economic strangulation of the Igbos and the takeover of all oil resources of Eastern region as an attractive center point to Islamic occupation strategies today. 4. The declaration of war on the basis of Colonel Ojukwu blockage of the transportation of oil and coal from southern region to the north. He took over Christian schools or mission schools to be controlled by the federal government, thus denying the young Christians to be trained by Christian schools. He did not take over any Islamic school or Muslim schools that is controlled by the Islamic religious authorities in the country. This is the legacy he left for Christians. He took over the Christian schools and handed over to the federal government, but refused to do so to the Islamic schools. He gave the Sultan of Sokoto authority over religious activities or control of Nigeria. Then he did not stop representation of Nigerian federal government at Islamic conference delegated by Sultan of Sokoto, despite being the head of state and Nigeria being a secular state. The slide you are looking at now shows the representation on September 25th, 1969 at the Islamic conference in Rabat, Morocco. This is the authority. The Sultan of Sokoto then, Sadiq Abubakar, took the authority of the country. The slide you are looking at now shows the Islamic conference in Rabat, Morocco, the route to Nigerian new Islamic agenda between 1969 to 2023. Then Gowon was the head of state. It shows he did not take any authority over the involvement of Nigerian state into Islamic countries in 1969, organized and sent by Sadiq Abubakar III, the Sultan of Sokoto then. This was led by Abubakar Mahmoud Gumi, who was then the Grand Kadi of Northern Islamic religion. The question is, why did he allow these delegates? Then it was reported on 21st August 1969 that an extremist, according to the report, attempted to set the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Palestine ablaze. They claimed that this mosque was over 1,000 years, with the pulpit of ivory, and it was built by Saladin and decorated and known as Wooden Dome. This call, for this organization or for this conference was made by Amin al-Husseini, the former Mufti of Jerusalem, called on the Muslim heads of state to convene a summit based on the fire incident that engulfed the Al-Aqsa Mosque in East Jerusalem. This was held on 25th September 1969 in a summit held in Rabat, Morocco. Islamic countries protested and demanded isolation of the Jewish state of Israel. In order to show the solidarity was why Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Abubakar, appointed Alhaji Abubakar Gumi to lead delegation to show solidarity at the Islamic conference. This was stated by Olusegun in his report. Reaction: General Gowon wrote King Hassan of Morocco indicating that Alhaji Abubakar Gumi group was strictly private. It was also reported by the same writer non-implementation of Islamic agenda was main reason for Gowon overthrow in 1995 and General Buhari in 1985. These are the key issues. Although Gowon was the head of state, he was not paying good attention to the security of the state. What compounded his problem was when he took over missionary schools and handed them over to federal government, state government, and local authorities, while the Muslim schools or Islamic schools were not also taken over by the same federal government, handed over to state and the local authorities. This provided his first attempt to show a very good mercy and pay lip service to the Christian authorities. He concluded by allowing himself to be used, and that culminated to the extension which we are going to look later Babangida did at a later time when he was the head of state, while also the same led to the provision of constitution that has been causing a lot of mayhem today and gave right to what led to establishment of Islamic states, the 12 Islamic states, which was also done by or allowed by General Obasanjo when he was the civilian head of state. So you find out that this group of people that circulated themselves into power had a very serious issues with implementation of this very agenda that was passed to them in 1962. Without any doubt, there is a major issue. Thank God that this group of people in Nigeria, some of them are alive to clarify what happened and why such implementations were carried out. It is good to be alive to witness your own history. That is why most of these rulers today, they are being told to watch out, learn from history, that history will tell itself about you and your leadership. Any problem that erupted because of your own type of policies, program, and the leadership will always live with you and your family. Thank you. As we continue this project, this presentation, we will go now to the next level of leadership and find out his own roles, his areas of contribution to what is happening today. That is history. We do comparative history for us to know what happened within the time frame when each leader ruled or when each leader guided the country. That is what we are going to do. We look out for the next leadership. When we come back next week, we will continue. Do not fail to subscribe. Do not fail to give us a thumb. Whatever the situation is, if you have any comment, you send in your comment, we'll be able to come back to you, and God be with you all.